What's up, beautiful people? Welcome back to part 15 of our Pokemon Gadir Deluxe walkthrough. In the previous episode, we explored Barrio Town. I showed you guys how you can change your Pokemon's natures. We also met Gym Leader Dux, who wasn't all that excited to battle us, but we did offer our assistance and Gym Leader Dux had a little assignment for us. But before we get into that assignment, I just want to show you guys our Pokemon team because we have made a few little changes. We've added Sableye to the team and also Salamander, so we'll see how these two new Pokemon perform and decide if we're going to keep them in the team. But we are back at the Bamboo Academy and we're about to battle some professors. And like I was saying in the previous video, Gym Leader Dux had an assignment. Outside the Bamboo Academy was a building taken over by rebel protesters. So we had to try and work out all the different passwords and codes in order to get there. But finally we made our way in and reached the rebel boss, who was Gunter. We battled him and kicked out the rebel protesters. And we are about to leave Barrio Town now. Just as the last episode ended, Roud caught up with us and he asked us to meet him in a cave along Route 10. Apparently Team Tectonic has made another base there, so that's exactly where we are exploring. And we've just entered the link tunnel, so this was previously blocked. After you defeat Gym Leader Dux, you will be able to enter. There are some cool Pokemon here, but now we have actually caught up with Roud, so we'll see what all we can do. Apparently we need rock climb in order to progress, so he has given us that new maneuver, and that's going to open a whole bunch of new routes along the whole map for us. It seems in this cave they also have Pokeball looking items that are actually Pokemon, like we experienced previously in the grassy areas. But we've just encountered a wild Stunfisk, so we've decided to catch it and add it to the collection. But now we know whatever Pokeballs we try and pick up, not all of them are going to be items. There are a couple trainers in here to battle as well, and I believe it is quite a large cave, so we're going to try and explore as much as we can. We're going to try pick up as many items as we can and see if we can catch up with Roud. Team Tectonic seems to have all these bases hidden away, but we've made our way to the next level of the cave and we have caught up with Roud again. And Tanya has just appeared out of nowhere, so I'm surprised to see her. She always seems to turn up whenever there's a Team Tectonic base around, which is pretty suspicious. But we'll just trust her for now and see how it goes. And now Terry has also just popped out, our brother and the gym leader of the first gym. So I don't know why they're all hanging out here if it's supposed to be a Team Tectonic base. I'm starting to question what's all going on here. It all seems a little fishy if you ask me. But they promise that they're just here in the cave trying to investigate as well. Maybe they're also trying to stop Team Tectonic. Maybe I'm just overthinking things here. But we head down south a narrow little path and we come back to this really dark area. I tried to explore it a bit, but it's really easy to get lost in there, so I think we'll save that for another day. We do find a bunch of Pokeballs. 2 of them are Pokemon and there was only 1 item. But now that we've explored all the areas, we can actually proceed where Roud went through and enter the next level. And we have arrived at Faith's Mountain. So Terry is here, but he's just left us and he asked us to take care of Roud. Roud was pretty annoyed with him, but the dialogue between the 2 of them is pretty funny. There is a nurse here, and if you defeat her, she will heal up your team. And as you can see, there are some amazing Pokemon in this area. Magmar is one of my favorite fire types of all time. So I would love to use it in our playthrough, but I've used it in so many playthroughs. I think we should rather use a different Pokemon that we haven't used before, maybe a Fakemon. But if it were up to me, I would definitely put Magmar in my team. But let's try keep the video interesting. We don't want to use the same team for every playthrough. We keep exploring and battle a few more trainers. I've got no idea how big this area is. We've just used Rock Smash to try and find this last little item here. When we entered, we saw it. And we've reached another level. So we've caught up with Rowlet again. He keeps tracking off ahead of us. We find a ladder to the next level, and it looks like we have found the secret base. Terry is also here, so it looks like we actually can try and enter it now and try and spy on Team Tectonic. We'll see what they're up to. I can't believe their base is this deep in the mountain. They've really gone all out. But Gym Leader Fina is also in here, which is quite surprising. I don't know, it seems like they've got their own little side mission that they're doing as well. It's weird that so many of them are all here at the same time. We chat with Fina and she tells us she has bought a machinery expert for this mission. And the next thing, we hear voices coming from the air vents and two people come thrashing through. And it turns out that it is Gym Leader Alec and Gym Leader Mark. We've already battled Alec and defeated him, but Mark, I believe, is the next gym leader that we have to take on for the 7th gym badge. We all have a chat and try and discuss a plan in order to explore this base and not get caught by Team Tectonic. So it looks like Fina and Mark are going to wander off and do their own little thing. Rowlet and I are going to try and stick together. And it seems like there are a lot of doors that are locked in this base, but it requires different color cards in order to open different doors. So just take note of what color card is needed for each door, because we are going to start finding some of these colored key cards. We get to exploring and find a few notes lying around, so we're going to try and read everything we can. There to the east, we find some doors that need an orange key card, and in the middle you need a green key card. And I believe the first door that was locked way at the back was a yellow key card. So Rowlet has given us some night vision goggles, and he says if we turn off the lights, we'll be able to see where Team Tectonic members have been walking. So that might give us some clues of where they have left things. So we're definitely going to try that out and see what all we can find. That's a really clever plan by Rowlet. I like the way he thinks. We first just explore some of the area and pick up a few items before we go in the night vision mode. We also activate another radar, but the Pokemon are quite similar here in this area. We try and exit through these wooden doors, but they're locked, so I don't think we can go through that way. We're going to go back and try and enter one of the rooms that were unlocked. This room on the left seemed to be open. And here when we enter the room, we're going to switch the lights off. And here we can actually see where they were walking. There are some footsteps. So the first thing we pick up is an orange key card. And the footsteps also lead to a locker where we find some max repellents. So that's exactly what we needed. We needed a key card in order to unlock more rooms. So now that we've got the orange key card, we can go and explore these rooms on the eastern side. On the way there, we find another open room. We come and turn the lights off and follow the footsteps again. The first footsteps lead us to a computer with an upgrade item. And the second footsteps lead us to this laptop with a secret code. You do have to write that code down or remember it. It's really important, and I'm not sure if it's the same for everyone, so your code might be different to mine. I'm not 100% sure, but do have your code on that computer ready. We enter like a storage room, and it looks like there's no light switches to turn off, so there's not much for us to do there. We're going to try and find those rooms on the far east, those two doors, and we've arrived. The orange key card has worked on both of them, so we're going to switch the lights off again and see what we can find. It looks like there's a little safe here, and here's where you need to enter that code in that we found on the computer. So my code was 300722. When the safe box opens, you will get the green card. So now we can go through the main door in the middle, but we are first going to explore the second orange door. It looks like there's no light switch here, but there are some notes for you to read and an item or two to pick up. Now we've gone back to the main room and tested our green key card, and it seems to have opened the door, And this looks like it might be the boss's office. It looks really well decorated and really fancy. There are a couple gems and crystals about. But next thing, the alarm starts going off, so something must have detected that Rowlet and I were in here. This is not good news at all. So it looks like Team Tectonic has all been alerted and they're all on patrol. We're going to have to battle a few of the Team Tectonic grunts now. Rowlet did find an admin card in the boss's office, and that seems to have worked with this door and the yellow code card. So I think the admin card works for all the doors. But now we proceed through and we battle more grunts. There is a TM to pick up here and an option to heal up your team. It does cost 3,000 Pokemoney, but it might be worthwhile if your team are in bad shape. But we have found a room with about 7 Team Tectonic grunts, so this is not good. I think we're going to be in big trouble. But luckily, the rest of the gang have caught up to us, so at least we're not completely alone. And then next thing, Terry and Alec come crashing through the opposite door. So it looks like we have evened out the odds. But the rest of the gang have agreed to keep the Team Tectonic grunts busy, and Rowlet and I are going to try and sneak off and see if we can find the bosses. We enter the open room and it's really hot in here. Next thing, the gate behind us locks and Commander HELCHO and Commander Marga appear. So this isn't good at all. We are stuck here. And they use some kind of magic to capture Rowlet. So I thought we would each have to battle one of them. But it looks like we're going to have to take on both of them. So I don't know how we're going to win this battle. Luckily, we don't have to battle a crazy amount of Pokemon. They only have 4 Pokemon that they're sending out. But it is a tag team battle. So we've sent out 2 Pokemon. It's 2 versus 2. And I think we're definitely going to win this in this case. So we have knocked out Jellicent and Meowstic. And the last 2 Pokemon they send out is Drapion and a Vespiquen. It looks like they have used their bonding techniques on Drapion, but we have knocked it out. And now it's just Vespiquen left. So we send out Octobax and it's 2 versus 1. And we have defeated them. So that was a lot easier than I thought. I thought we were really done for there. But next thing, the third commander enters, Commander Parados. And I'm worried if we're going to have to battle him next. But he seems pretty calm and collected. He wants to show us something. He wants to take us to their leader, their boss Hans. So we follow him and he takes us to a little outside area. There is a PC here if you want to swap any of your Pokemon. But it looks like there is a room here surrounded by lava and we have met Team Tectonic boss Hans. I think we might have to battle him now. I'm not sure. He's got 2 of those orbs floating behind him, which is really creepy. Next thing, Roud appears and it looks like he's been captured by Hans. So I don't know what's going on. I think he has kind of been mind controlled by Hans because he does have that orb, the orange orb. So it looks like Hans can control him and get him to do anything. Next thing, Roud gets completely taken over by Hans, and it looks like he's got some additional powers or something. So we're going to battle Roud and see if we can defeat him. He does have 5 Pokemon in his team now, and the first Pokemon he sends out is Breloom, which is at level 41. Luckily, our Sirion knocked it out. The next Pokemon he has sent out is Perugly, and Sirion has managed to stay alive and knock that out too. But now he has sent out a Lurantis, which has finished our Sirion off. We have knocked out Lurantis and decided to send out Octobax. He has sent out a Seviper to try and battle us, but our Octobax has finished it off and we are down to Roud's final Pokemon, which is a level 42 Staraptor. So we're going to try and send out our electric type now, but our Galvagon has been knocked out unfortunately. It did cause a lot of damage, but now Sir Moss has finished the battle off and we have defeated Roud, so hopefully he will snap back to normal. I don't know what's going on, but those orbs seem to be really dangerous. Next thing, we black out and then we start hearing Terry and Rowlet's voice. We wake up again in the dream world, so I've got no idea what happened, but we did black out, we did defeat Roud, and Roud is here in the dream world, but it turns out we've got to battle him again. But for this battle, you've got to lose, so make sure you don't heal up your team before you chat to Roud. You actually have to lose this game in order to progress. So So I did battle Roud the first time and I used a whole bunch of potions and revives and I defeated him. But then you just have to battle him again and again until you lose. So we did lose to him, and the game actually tells you that this battle does not count, especially if you're doing a Nuzlocke. But we have rescued Roud now that he has won, and it looks like he has kind of snapped back to normal. Next thing, we wake up in the wellness center behind the Pokemon Center, and it looks like the president of the Pokemon League Association is here, and that is actually Roud's mother. So I wasn't expecting that at all, but she's really relieved that Roud is okay. Terry tells us that we should go back to Fashina Village because we can take on Gym Leader Mark there for the 7th gym badge. But we're going to end off the video here. Thanks for watching.